Iain from RTO here. Welcome to the final new album of the day. Just Anita Strauss. I've had my coffee and I'm ready to talk about this album by Yusuf, Cat Stevens, King of a Land. Now, I didn't know this was out, but after watching Richard McCook's little video on it, I thought, I'm going to listen to it. Because if Richard likes it, there's a good chance that I might like it. So thank you, Richard, for putting me onto this and sort of getting me back into Cat Stevens, because it's sort of, I grew up on some of his music. You know, he was a big 60s thing, and Matthew and Son, which is one of my favourite songs. And then he disappeared in 1979. Came back in 2006, and I've listened to some of the albums since, like Another Cup, which is a pretty good album, and I'm really getting back into him. So I will be doing a ranking of Cat Stevens at some stage. So this one, it's called King of the Land. It was released on the 16th of June, and this is his 17th album, and it goes under Yusuf /Cat Stevens. The recording featured children's music and religious music influences and received some positive reviews by the critics. So the first track on here is called Train on a Hill. Now this is becoming my favourite track already. The start of it, it's got them horns, and it reminds me a little bit, it doesn't sound like it, but it's got that feel of like the start of Matthew and Son. I think Yusuf or Cat Stevens, I don't know what to call him. I'm going to call him what is Yusuf. His vocals are great, and this is a really nice song. Definitely one of my favourites already. It is a killer track for me. Then we get the title track, King of a Land. This is a lovely little folk song. It's a typical Cat Stevens vocal, catchy tunes. He made so many great catchy tunes, and this is one of them. I think it's really nice. The guitar sounds good. His vocals sound strong as ever. But then when you haven't been singing for 30 odd years, you've looked after your voice. So it's a good track. Then we get Pagan Run. This is quite uplifting. There's a little bit of rocky guitar in this, which I like. The guitar solo is really good in this. It's a really good track. Then we get this little short track. It's only 1 minute and 40 seconds long. It's called He Is True. Short little guitar track. Really nice. Cat Yusuf on the guitar. Thank you. Lovely. All Days and All Nights. Another catchy tune. You can sit there. You can feel your feet just tapping away. It's a great vocal from Yusuf. Love this track as well. I think it's a strong track. Another Night in the Rain. Bit of up-tempo thing. Really good. Catchy hooks. Lovely chorus. Really nice song. Then we get Things. This is the interesting track. It's the lyric, it's the words are really nice. Starts off a nice gentle pace, then it goes into a little upbeat rocky. It's a very, very good track. Then we get Son of Mary. It's one of those nice little gentle folk songs with a little bit of flute in there. I like that track as well. Highness, great track. This reminds me of when he used it back in the 60s, where we had the orchestra, full orchestra thing. And you know what, this again, it's got that Matthew and Son sort of vibe. It's a wonderful track. Then we have The Boy Who Knew How to Climb Walls. He wrote some wonderful lyrics. It's a little bit of a story. He is a fine songwriter. It's a very heart-wrenching song as well. Quite moving. How Good Does It Feel? Good track again. We've got some strings in this. Great vocal from him. It's really, I love this track. And then the last track is called Take the World Apart. Very quirky sort of folk track to end the album. Again, it's uplifting. It's got quirky chorus. Really, really good. In all honesty, there is not a bad track on this album. Top to bottom with some great songs. We've got some sort of folky songs. There's a little bit of poppy sound in there. There's some sort of semi-rock songs. Wonderfully sung by Yusuf. Some great musicians on here. There's so many to mention. But I think this is a great album. And if you've watched him when he did his little set at Glastonbury, it was great to see him. It's a must for those that like Cat Stevens, Yusuf, without a doubt. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. And I've got a funny feeling this will be up there at the end of the year review as well. So there we go. That's the end of the shows for the week. But tomorrow I'll be launching RTO's Battle Royale, where we are going to, through the Obscurians and people that support the channel, to find the greatest album according to you guys. And the way we're going to do it, you'll find out tomorrow. But basically, it's going to be like how we do the Battle of the Debuts. But it'll all will be revealed tomorrow. I'm hoping to have the little intro video up by lunchtime. All depends on what time I get up tomorrow. So, if not, I will see you all on Monday, where we've got Tony Martin, solo albums, part 2 of his story, and we've got a classic album is Kings of Leon, and it's youth and youth manhood. What a good album that is. So have a good weekend, everyone. Bye for now.